Breaking news. We always thought that the dog was the best friend of the humans. Well, it turns out it can be dangerous for them. According to reliable sources from inside the Elysee, whom we obviously can't reveal the identity, the French Department of Defense will soon push a law ordering the ban of sniffer dogs. According to our source, the government has explained that a recent study had shown the frequent exposure of dogs. During a meeting with his team, the Minister of Interior said that such discovery made the use of sniffing dogs impossible due to the threats on the well-being of dogs and the potential backlash if the study was ever discovered. He then added that one of the new goals of this department was to find a replacement to the sniffing dogs. But first, the cost of the ban in itself, with the problem of taking care of retired dogs, like finding them in new homes. Then there's also the cost of finding the replacement to the now vital animals and training said animals. The minister warned that the price of such operation could go up to tens of millions. For more about this situation, we now go to our journalist, Malo Pila, interviewing Nicolas Ménard, a specialist on animals' alimentation.
Yes, we are right now with Mr. Ménard to discuss this new study. So this study seems to report that dogs are objected to severe consequences of addiction after being around drugs for too long. Scientists behind this study explained that it can have disastrous effects on dogs' health. Mr. Ménard, those drugs have the same effects on dogs and on humans?
That is a good question. No, after carefully reading the study made by my peers, I can confidently say that drugs have way more effects on human lives than dogs' lives, but they still have effects on these animals whose jobs is to send the drug every day. However, the consequences are the same for both psychological and emotional consequences, and more importantly, a very negative effect on certain organs and a weakened immune system.
He is obviously going to change the way dogs were integrated in our society, at least for drug busting purposes. So this leads me to this question. Why were the effects on man's best friend only discovered now?
So half of the answer to the question is already in it. You say that dogs are man's best friend and that they are already integrated in today's society. This means that we already use dogs to their flair a long time ago, and that we never concern ourselves with its effect on them because the previous generation already did it. We can say that it was not a really good decision for our best friend's security.
So now for my last question, the government was already discussing the ban of dogs, at least for drug busting. This will lead to an empty role inside the police. What do you think could replace dogs for this task and not be affected by the effects of drugs? And if no animal is up to the task, could we replace organic sniffers with electric ones or simply abandon this ACE card?
So first of all, the electronic profession might be a good profession in the future. But for now, olfactive captors are not powerful enough to detect the presence of drugs, if they aren't directly very near to it. But I don't think police needs to separate from this tool. The simplest proposition would be pigs due to their naturally great flair and their high intelligence. However, they also lead to problems of space and hygiene. My guess for the replacement would be turtles because they share the same qualities as pigs, but without the defaults.
So, what are you saying right now is that we could have police tussles in the future?
I could very much see that happening, yes. I don't see any important details coming from them that could negatively impact their work.
Well, you heard it. Back to you, Aubin.